So the first thing we got to do is set the groundwork, and that is managing and being at the correct distance in boxing. So when he's in his stance, okay, I don't want to be too far away, and I definitely don't want to be too close, because if he's got a good jab and maybe reach on me, I don't want to be too close where I'm right at the end of his jab. He doesn't even have to step. He can just pop that jab right in my face. So I want to be on the outside. How do I tell when I'm on the outside? Is when he's in his stance, if I extend my arm out, I'm about a foot away from his defense. So when I step in and I touch his defense, that's where I know I'm at the proper distance. I'm not too far away and I'm not too close. I'm right on the outside to where I throw that jab out, I can't touch him. But the minute I step in, I can touch him with my jab. That's the groundwork. That's the proper distance you got to be at. Because if you're not managing the distance, you're going to be getting hit. You're just going to be getting hit with the jab all night long. So the first thing you want to do once you establish your range, your distance, manage the distance, is you got to learn how to slip the jab. You got to take away their jab by slipping, by moving your head, by being a moving target. The last thing in the world you want to do is just stand without head movement. He throws that jab, you're just getting hit with jab. You're trying to get in, you're just getting hit. You're just getting hit, okay? So I got to be able to slip, and you got to slip properly. How do I slip? Side to side, side to side. So when he throws that jab, I can slip in, I can slip out, okay? I can also slip down by doing a knee bend. I can go straight down and up. So the best thing you can do if you want to get good at boxing is you break it down like this. Get your training partner, get your buddies who are boxing. One person works head movement, the other person works jab, whether you're in the ring, in the gym, wherever, out in your backyard, doesn't matter. One person move around throwing the jab, breaking the rhythm up, throwing the jab. So he's going to demonstrate it. He's going to be in a stance. I'm going to throw the jab at him. He's just going to work on slipping my jab. Okay, so we're moving around. So I'm breaking the rhythm up. I can double it up. And you see how he's managing the distance. He's not bridging the gap yet. He's not trying to close the gap. He's not trying to get close. He's maintaining that outside range, okay? Because he doesn't want to come in yet. You don't know what you're going to walk into. So, again, I move around. I just spar with the jab. I'm going to throw the jab out. He's going to move his head left and right, okay? He can go down the knee bend. Boom. Move his head, okay? Spend a lot of rounds sparring with your opponent, doing defensive rounds where he's throwing the jab and you're moving your head. That's the first thing. You got to learn to slip the jab. The second thing you're going to do to take away your opponent's jab is to use your jab. So when he's in front of me, sure, he's attacking me with the jab, so I'm going to use my jab, because using my jab can offset his jab. Okay? So when we're just moving around, I can throw my jab. I'm going to make him be defensive. Okay? Remember, I can jab the head, jab the body. I can fake with the jab. Okay, I'm going to use my jab. I can throw single jabs. I can double up. I can triple up. I can move in with the jab. I can move back. I can circle with the jab. There's all the different angles. Okay, you can use the jab. Okay, and then also I can counter his jab with my jab. Okay, so this is one of my favorite ways to take away the jab, is using my jab as a counter punch. So let me give you an example. I use the 4 basic jabs that I teach. The first one is an offensive jab, I call it the standard jab. So I'm just going to attack him with the jab. I'll like jab and slip, okay? The second one is the outside jab. Okay, this one is more, it's a slip and a jab at the same time. I usually use this when he's jabbing with me. He throws his jab, I slip to the outside of his jab and jab on the inside. Okay, just like this, I'm out. I usually turn the thumb down and I can really get some more reach on the shoulder. The third one's the slip jab or the inside jab. So he throws his jab, I'm going to slip on the inside and jab. And then the fourth one is he throws a jab and I can throw the body jab. So I'm using my jab to take away his jab along with my slipping. Because he might throw a jab, I might slip. I might return jab. I might slip, jab, slip, jab, slip, jab. Or I might intercept him by outside, inside, body jab. So I'm using my jab to take away his jab. That is the second way, is using your jab to take away his jab. So the third way you can take away your opponent's jab is counterpunching. Even though the second one that I just talked about, using your jab as a counterpunch, is technically counterpunching. But now I'm talking about using other punches other than the jab to take away your opponent's jab. So my two favorite is the slip two or the slip and hook. So when he's throwing that jab at me, I can slip to the outside and then immediately throw the right hand right back at him. And if they got a lazy jab, so kind of make your jab a little lazy, and they don't bring their arms straight back and move their head, if they kind of throw it out and they bring it back, man, they're wide open for that slip too. And then the second one is the slip hook on the inside. So I slip on the inside and then come out with the hook. Now, mind you, it could be a hook to the head, it could be an uppercut, it can be a hook to the body, okay? Just like on this side, I can slip, throw a straight right, a hook, an uppercut, or a body hook, okay? I'm not getting into those details in this video. It's just a strategy. So I'm going to take away his jab by counter punching, all right? And the first one is going to be slip and go, slip and go, slip and go, okay? The second way I can counter punch him is to intercept him. Just like when he throws that jab and I do that inside jab or body jab at the same time he jabs me, I'm gonna throw the right hand over his jab, one of my favorites. Especially if they got kind of a lazy jab, which a lot of people do, okay? And he throws that jab, I just slip on, as I slip on the inside, I throw my cross over the top, my straight right over the top. Now a straight right is this, it just goes straight out and straight back. Where the cross, I kind of slip, I lean in, it kind of goes up and in, because I want to be able to get over his jab. And this, you got to time it, okay? So to give you an example how I like to set it up is I get my opponent chasing my head a little bit with the jab. So let's move around, he's throwing single jabs at me. I get him trying to hit me, all right? I draw him in, and then boom, right over the top. I just step in and get him as he's coming. I get him feeling comfortable jabbing at me, and then I go right over the top, okay? So that first way is the slip and go, and then this way is I just go right over the top. Now you can also do it with the overhand, okay? So if he throws a jab and I go over like a cross, it's just almost a straight that kind of arcs over and hits him. Now the overhand, what I do is I go down and then bring it over. So he throws his jab, I go down and then over, and I loop it right over the top. So the difference between a straight right or a cross is more straight, where the overhand is a little bit of a loop, okay? The overhand is a cross, it's almost like a hybrid between a straight right and a hook. So I'm kind of hooking it, but then it kind of goes more linear. So that is the third way. Let's do a quick review. Number one, you got to manage the distance. He's in the stance, I got to be at the correct distance. Because when I'm out here, I got more reaction time. I can move my head. I'm drawing his punches in. I'm slipping, I'm moving my head, okay? So the first one I got to do is to take away his jab, is be able to evade the jab, slip the jab. So when he's throwing a jab out there, I got to slip, slip, slip. I'm moving my head, I'm slipping, okay? And then the second way is using my jab to take away his jab. So just me being busy attacking him with my jab, high and low with the jab, circling, okay? Or countering with the jab by using the outside jab, the inside slip jab, and then the body jab. And then the third way is counter punching, which is either by slip and go, make him miss, make him pay, or I intercept him by crossing over the top of the jab or dropping down, throwing the overhand. That is it. I hope you learned something from this video. Please like and subscribe. Have a good day.